Good Monday morning to you. It's day 5 of our 40-day walk with Jesus. And you're probably wondering, why wasn't there a video yesterday? Well, it was Sunday. Traditionally, the 40 days of Lent starts on Ash Wednesday, ends on Easter, and they don't count the Sundays. You know why? Because Sundays are like little Easters. You're probably laughing because you're thinking, well, I should get a mini Easter bunny or a mini Cadbury cream egg or something like that if they're little Easters. But here's the point. Sunday, the day when the church gathers together to celebrate what God has done, is like Easter. It's a chance to be rejoicing in the fact of what Jesus has done. So, Sundays, go be at a church. Go gather where the church gets together to celebrate God's goodness and grace. And let that be your devotion for the day. Or just relax. Rest. Reconnect with God. So, today's stuff. Today is day 5. We're still kind of plugging away through some of these Old Testament things, but today is one that's really cool, so I'm going to read the whole thing. It's Isaiah chapter 9, verses 1 through 7. Here we go. But there will be no gloom for her who was in anguish. In the former time he brought into contempt the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, but in a later time he has made glorious the way of the sea, the land beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. So this is basically just talking about some context, all right? A land that wasn't really known for bringing up anything good is going to be known as a land from which something really good would come. Verse 2, the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of deep darkness, on them a light has shined. You have multiplied the nation, you have increased its joy. They rejoice before you as with the joy at the harvest. They are glad when they divide the spoil, for the yoke of his burden and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, you have broken as on the day of Midian. For every boot of the trampling warrior in battle tumult, and every garment rolled in blood will be burned as fuel for the fire. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and of peace there will be no end. On the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and uphold it with justice and with righteousness from this time forth and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this. These are some bold words, my friends. So, what does this passage tell us about the Jewish, their expectations of a Messiah? Well, for many years they walked in oppression. They were under other rulers. And this is talking about a guy who would come as a wonderful counselor, a mighty God, an everlasting Father, a Prince of Peace, and his government would never end. I don't know about you, but I'd sure love that even in our own country. To have peace. And it says that this one would become a child born to us. So it really comes to beg the question, too, is this passage referring to when Jesus first came as a baby, made flesh, made one of us? Or is this referring to when he comes again? When you think about it, I think it's both and. Well, that's kind of the unique thing. And the cool thing about prophecy is prophecy gives us a picture of looking forward to the future. And sometimes it's played out a little differently than we expect. Sometimes what we see is not exactly the way God intended it to all be, or intended us to understand it. And so we catch a part of the whole. This passage is talking about a kingdom that will never end, a ruler who will establish peace forever. We get to live in this now, not yet kind of existence, where We know what Jesus has come to do. We know that he died for our sins. We know that he came to save us. But we live in the expectation of what's coming yet. A final kingdom, a perfect kingdom, an everlasting life with him. Talk about wanting to know Jesus more and know what he's up to right now as he's working on establishing that kingdom. It's good stuff today, man. I love Isaiah. I love that all Isaiah points us towards when we look ahead to Jesus. So have a great Monday as you start your week, and God's blessings as you grow a little deeper with him today.